I hope you all made the most of the concurrent sessions. For our next session, we have Mr. Rahul Bhalla, who is the co-founder and CEO at Hotelivate Zenatix, a leading provider of IoT-based energy management solution for commercial buildings. Together with Hotelivate, Zenatix is challenging the traditional automation and energy management solutions and providing IoT-powered energy asset management to the hospitality sector.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So today, we're going to talk about, how, IoT is disrupting the energy management in hospitality. Over the last 1.5 days, all of us have sort of talked about how the revenues are coming back up in hospitality, the emphasis on variable costs, how do we ensure that all our costs are variable. And energy is one of them. It is, the second or the third biggest spend in hospitality when it comes to energy. There have been, ways to sort of regulate that. So, energy tends to be anywhere between 10 to 15% of your overall operating cost. And there have been traditional ways of managing energy. A lot of organizations look at retrofits, change of infrastructure, change chillers, change pumps, change lighting systems. And of course, they're capital expenditure heavy, and the ROI periods are 5 years or more. Or they take the route of automation, which essentially is, the elephant in the room is BMS, the, building management systems, which have been around for many, many years. They have done a fairly good job in terms of automation, but the world has moved towards IoT as a technology, which is much more cost efficient, very easy to deploy. So let's understand what is IoT-based energy management. I think that the first piece is that it all starts with connected assets. So unlike a traditional automation system, where everything is on premise, there is a BMS operator and you're sitting in a room getting visibility. The IoT actually, gets you out of that and brings all the information to a corporate structure, especially when you have multiple properties. So connected assets is the first theme. You have all your air conditioning systems, lighting systems connected over the internet so that you have a centralized control thereafter. And centralized measurement as well. So connected assets, centralized monitoring, centralized control, and what do you get in return? You get 10 to 20%, energy savings, which are very, very tangible and can increase your bottom line by about 1 or 2%. You see 20 to 25% improvement in your compliance, and when I say compliance, it is the guest comfort, it is food safety. A lot of traditional BMS systems do not cover refrigeration in the kitchens, and refrigeration is a big load. Food safety is very important, and then it also, because they're all connected systems, it throws us a lot of data which we use to essentially deliver asset management algorithms, which will reduce your breakdowns by about 20-25%. And the good news is that the technology delivers an ROI between 12 to 14 months. We have time again proven that with our customers. So how, when we say, IoT is disrupting the traditional energy management in hospitality, I think that the direct comparison is with the BMS, a building management system. I think the first and foremost, as I, really if I have to draw a comparison, the first and foremost is that bringing visibility. On-premise versus a deployment that actually gets the data out. You can understand how much energy is being consumed in 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week. You can start correlating with your room nights. What is the energy consumption per room night? And that can be done across a portfolio for any owner. The second big piece is the cost effectiveness, because it's a lot more wireless technology, very, very easy to deploy. It brings about 30-35% cost advantage. Then we have, all of us understand, BMS has challenges. There have been maintenance challenges. A lot of systems don't even get commissioned, or even if they get commissioned, you see they're falling them apart, in a year or two. So that's where, this technology, because we have connected, everything is connected, the health data of the sensors is also visible to us or any other IoT player. So connectivity sort of enables the health tracking, which allows to maintain that system over a period of time. And then you get a centralized IoT platform for multiple properties. And I think finally, everybody has been talking about predictive maintenance. How do you drive predictive maintenance using data? When are the assets going to fail? All of that is sort of enabled through IoT. And we get almost about 200 million data points every day from our deployments, and we use that very, very efficiently to deliver predictive maintenance to our customers. So in this whole IoT journey, we are leading the charge. We're Zenatix. We partnered with Hotelivate to bring this solution to the hospitality industry. We started back in 2014 as a company, and now we're part of the Hero Group. So we joined hands with the Hero Group in 2018, where they back us, as from a group, and part of Hero Group is Hero Electronics, which is into the connected solution space. Overall, as a company, we're about 100 people strong. We've got, 5 global offices, 2,500 plus deployments, pan-India and now in Middle East as well. So we are essentially, today we're the largest player in the retail and hospitality space. We've done multiple deployments in hospitality for Sami Hotels, for Shanti Hospitality. We've done, we're working with IHCL, starting with DotSats. So that's where we have connected the entire portfolio, on our platform, where we're doing automation, we're doing monitoring, and delivering KPIs to the customers. And we've done a lot of work in retail, because retail is a space where there is no traditional building management systems available. So today we work for Domino's Pizza, which is Jubilant Foods. There are 900 restaurants of Jubilant Foods today connected on our platform, where we have fully automated their air conditioning systems, lighting systems, exhaust fans, and we deliver about 12% energy efficiency to them. Similarly, we've done pretty much all the supermarkets in the country, a lot of retail. So we focus on retail and hospitality as a company, because that's where energy is a very high, percentage of spend when it you look at your overall operating cost. So we're bringing that down by about 10 to 20%. Now in hospitality, I think, one of the challenges that, the portfolio owners face is different systems. You may have 10 properties in the portfolio. Some have a building management system, some don't have a building management systems. And then there are building management systems from different brands. So how do you address that problem? And that's where I think, taking an OEM agnostic approach that, it doesn't matter, it's a Schneider or a Honeywell or a JCI system or a Siemens system. IoT has the capability to connect all these systems over standard protocols. So, we take this approach that, wherever there is a full BMS implementation, we'll simply connect to it. Where the BMS systems are partly functional, we'll connect to them. We'll also fill in the gaps using our wireless technology. So we have wireless sensors, wireless actuators, very, very easy to deploy in the brownfield deployments. And where there is no BMS automation, we'll give you a full-fledged automation system, which we have deployed at many, many places. And as you scale up, as you open up new properties, those systems are also again brought onto the same platform. So you get one single platform where you can benchmark energy, you can benchmark compliance, you can benchmark the performance of equipment, and that's how the whole governance changes. Where right now the only information that anybody has in a hotel property about the system is restricted to a chief engineer or his team. But how do you sort of bring that up at the corporate structure level and start looking at, on a regular basis is what the platform does. It provides consistent visibility. The other benefits, of course, I've sort of spoken about, cost efficiency, compliance improvement, and all of this is measurable. And we have delivered ROIs of 12 to 14 months or 12 to 15 months in most of the cases, and which is why we have been able to scale up across the portfolio with any customer that we have sort of touched. So that's, a platform which is OEM agnostic, as I said, and that's very, very important because people don't want to get stuck with one technology. And, as I said, we partnered with Hotelivate because, I think, Hotelivate brings a very unique expertise around asset management as well as, understanding of the KPIs that are important to the hospitality industry. We are a technology company. We are IoT experts. We have expertise on the energy side, and we've done large-scale implementations, but that's how we marry the understanding of the hospitality industry with our technology to give a very, very custom solution to the hospitality industry. So these are some of the examples, to just give you a context of what I'm talking about. So, if you have multiple properties, you see, I'm not sure how visible is chart from the back, but, you can group your hotels. So the first chart shows sort of luxury hotels, the second chart shows mid-scale hotels. And on a daily basis, and a lot of our customers are sort of now start looking at energy expense on a daily basis and benchmarking that with room night. So what is my energy expense per available room night, per occupied room night, and all of that can be seen. And our systems are compatible with your existing systems where we can interface and get the occupancy data, or the occupancy data can manually be uploaded. So how do you get from an engineering definition of kilowatt hours, or people say electrical units, to essentially a business metric, which is what is the energy expenditure in rupees per room night for a certain class of property. So that's where I think the world is moving, to sort of bring the data out of the property to a corporate structure where you are managing a portfolio. So all of this is done in real time. The entire data is available in real time. So and you will see with the automation working at the background, this energy consumption sort of going down by 10 to 15%. So that's one example. Another example is you can look at compliance for guest comfort as well as food safety. So on one single chart, you can see the entire heat map for your entire property. Or you may want to say that, look, I want to look at all of my lobbies. If there are 10 properties, you can see the heat map of the 10 lobbies on a single screen and say where there are good temperatures, where the temperatures are too cold or too hot. And this is all a change in mindset and governance, which was very, very hands-off, I would say, because of non-availability of the data, and now you have the data available. So you look at energy consumption per room night, you will look at compliance in terms of temperature, you look at food safety, and a lot of times I think we tend to ignore the refrigeration. That's big energy consumption and direct correlation to the food quality. So how do you, essentially look at that piece is what is enabled by IoT. And the third example I would want to take is that beyond automation, the whole system is very, idiotized. We don't expect the engineering teams to analyze a lot of data and sort of say, what do I do now? It is very much idiotized that every anomaly that we identify is created as a ticket in the system. If there is a low temperature in certain area, it's a ticket. The temperature is fine, your refrigeration is not working appropriately, it will raise a ticket. So the whole governance, as I has been saying, changes, with this whole thought process. And the automation does its job at the back end, and the engineering teams do the job by closing the tickets. And that there is an accountability at every level. Some of the customers that we have worked with in hospitality, they have been able to change their full governance structure where there is a central guy ensuring that the chief engineers of the property are closing the tickets in a stipulated amount of time, and if they don't, the escalations happen. Because energy is real time. You don't want to wait for a month to understand, my energy bill is high. Last month it was 7% of the cost, now it is 8%. There is a damage control that you can do in real time using this technology. So these are, a bunch of examples that I sort of took about asset management, which is basically predictive maintenance, compliance, and energy. And I think, everybody's been talking about IoT, I think in different forums. A lot of organizations are yet to experience IoT. So, what we are essentially doing is, we're distributing about 100 kits at HICSA. We've already sort of given some of the people that we've already met. What the kits, so there are two types of kits that you can choose from, and it is at our investment. So the first is called energy kit. What it's going to simply do is you take 2-3 properties in your portfolio. We will connect the energy online, which is essentially your grid power, your diesel gen sets, or the solar generation that you have. We will bring that data online. We'll give you the data around energy expenditure per room night on a daily basis. You use it for 30 days with no obligations. If you like it, please continue. And the other kind of kit is environmental kit, where I think air quality is becoming very important for guests. So how do you monitor temperatures, humidity, CO2 levels, or other parameters? Everything is possible. So we are happy to sort of give you the flavor of IoT with these kits. Please feel free to reach out to me, or we have a booth in the hall, or one of my colleagues who's sitting here, Shubhendu. We'll be happy to sort of get you started with IoT. You should firsthand experience the benefits, and if you like it, then you will be happy to sort of scale up the journey with you. So that's all I have. Thank you so much.